Good morning, students. How are you doing? I hope you are doing fine. In our last class, we spoke about the main divisions that we have in Judaism. And today we are going to look at Zionism. Under the major divisions and interpretation, we are going to look at Zionism. And before we talk about Zionism, what is the meaning of Zionism? Zionism can be explained as the hill where the temple of the Lord was built by Solomon. And before then, David was the one that established that town called Zion. It was called Zion before David named it as what? As Jerusalem. And later, Solomon built a temple right there. But the Jews now being spread all over the world in the 2nd century when they were being taken to Babylon, while some were taken to Assyria. The first set were taken to Assyria, while the second set were taken, that is Judah to Assyria, Judah to Babylon, and Israel to Assyria. And later, Babylon conquered all the world, that is, conquered the Egyptians and also the Assyrians, and they became the ruler of the world under the leadership of the man called Nebuchadnezzar, and also his commander then called Nebuzaradan. And that was when the Jews started to look at it, how to go back to their land. Though some of them came back later, in the days of Nehemiah, in the days of the man called Ezra. Though few of them returned, while some stayed right there in Babylonian territory. Till the time, talking about the 18th and 19th century, when we have a lot of people that had the knowledge that the Jews supposed to do what? To go back to Zion. That is, to go back to the land, the promised land which the Lord has given them. And they discovered that we have a lot of Israelites living in diaspora, that is, living in the United States of America, living in North America, living in North Europe, living in North Africa now, and some are living in Middle East. Some are living in Middle East where they believe that they need to go back to Zion. And this issue of going back to Zion, since we have divisions that we have in Israel, we have some Jews that believe that going back to Zion didn't matter because they believe that God is everywhere. Why, especially the Orthodox Jews now, they believe that going back to Zion will solve their problem because they will have what we call a uniform decision whenever they want to decide. And this started immediately, the first World War, that was in 1914, when a lot of people rose up and they spoke about this. The man that spoke was the man called Hazel. Hazel spoke about this, that is Theodore Hazel. He spoke about this. That was in the 19th century when he said that, that is 1810 now. He said that the Jews supposed to have a uniform voice in order to fight for what we call going back to Zion. And when he said this, he called a conference called a conference in Basel. And this conference came up in Basel, and they sat down, they spoke about it, but they spoke about the problems they may encounter in terms of going back to Zionism. And the first thing is talking about the language which they are going to speak, because most of the Jews are scattered all over the world. Some are in Germany, some are in the United States, some are in Russia, some are in Africa, some are in the Middle East. That is, are they going to speak Arab, or are they going to speak, or they are going to speak the language of the Palestinians right there in the Palestine? With this, they decided this, and they were unable to achieve their aim until the time in 1939, before 1939, that the British, they seek the help of British. Before then, they spoke to the Turkish government, and they spoke to Turkish government where they were unable to achieve their aims before. They now spoke to the British government, and British government said that she's going to assist the Jews now that are in diaspora. We're going to assist them. And from 1939, this started to come into what we call yielding positive moves. That was in 1939, till the time that British changed their mind that they would like to control the whole Palestine, which they believe that includes what we call the other nations around the land where Israel said they are going to settle down, where we have the remnants like 75,000 dwelling on the land. So they believe that they are going to rule the whole body. And they said they have been ruling this Palestine since 1920 down to that 1940, that is before 1939, before the Second World War. Immediately after the Second World War, the Jews believed that it's time for them to go back home because of what they faced immediately after the Second World War, at the end of the Second World War in 1945. So in 1945, after the Second World War, they started pushing this till the time in 1948, when they got their independence in 14th May 1948, where they were given the autonomy to have a state that is independent country, where a lot of Jews that they believe they have been maltreated in Europe, especially in Russia in the days of Caesar Alexander II, when he was assassinated, and most of the Jews were killed, and later in between 1939 to 1945, when Adolf Hitler killed many Jews, then 6 million Jews, and also the gypsies that were murdered then in the days of in the days of Adolf Hitler in Second World War. So they believe this time, if they are on their land, something will not happen to them, and they call for what we call Zionism, that is to go back to Israel and settle down there. And that was how they settled down there. But this theory was not only in once, but in two parts now. That is, in order for the state to survive, and the protection for the protection for the state, and also for the people that are coming there to settle down, both the Orthodox Jews and the conservative Jews are welcome to the state. Thank you. In the next class, we continue from there. And also in the Google class, we continue from there. God bless you. We see another time. Bye for now.